Hi and welcome to my presentation. I am Moise Domofis and today I'm going to talk about the topic summative and formative evaluation. Before starting, I will give a brief meaning of evaluation. Evaluation is a tools or a way that people use, teacher or educator use to measure, to assess the quality of the learning, if the expectations are met or if the students are doing well. Now, when we talk about formative and summative evaluation, it is something different. But according to me, they are related and they are also two must use evaluation nowadays. When you see formative evaluation, inside formative you see form. Form means that give a shape, provide a shape, make something look good. So formative is the kind of evaluation that happen during the courses. That is like in the progress, is a procedure, the process. So when we say formative, it is something that the teacher can do like hazardously. It's not like to provide grade to the student. It's something that just happened. The teacher can just come to school someday and decide, oh, today we have a quiz, today we have like a small project, today we have a small question and answer, something like this. And so this is how formative evaluation is done. Now, there are some advantages and disadvantages with this kind of evaluation. The good the good part of the formative evaluation is that it helps to check the progress. It helps to see if we are heading to the right way. It helps to see if the students are comprehending, if the student interpret, if the student understand what the teacher is providing to them. It helps also the teacher to measure the quality, because here the formative evaluation is qualitative is like progress, to check the quality of what we are doing. So this is the some of the advantages of formative evaluation. The disadvantage that is it can consume more time than you predict. So you can come to class and you say you want to do a quiz, and then you have to explain also the answer to the student. It may take too long for the student to interpret, for the student to understand what you mean. So this is just some downside of the formative evaluation. Now, talking to summative evaluation, when we understand summative is to sum. Sum means what? End. We usually sum something at the end of the process. So when we finish something, it is when we sum. And the summative is usually to see if the objective have been attained, if we met the expectation, if everything have been comprehended well, and if the students are ready for the next stage. So the good side of the summative evaluation is that first of all, it is to grade students, provide them scores, and it also make students challenge themselves, because they must work hard, they must study hard to have good grade and everything, because it may help them to move to the next class, or it's like they have to validate to pass that subject. And the disadvantage of the summative evaluation is that it make people stress, it makes students stress, it make them anxious, because when you want to take like a midterm exam, when you want to take a final exam, you are stressed about the outcome of the exam, of what you are going to write. You scare maybe you can fail, you scare maybe you cannot reply good to the question the teacher will ask or whatever. And also this kind of evaluation usually require the student, or they oblige the teacher to only teach and focus on what will be asked in the final exam or midterm exam. So this is kind of something that like it is something that is shape. It is the frame. You have to follow the frame of the examination. This is the disadvantage. And also other disadvantage of summative evaluation is it can be biased. You see, I will take example of Thailand here. This is a non-native country. So if a native speaker teach people here in Thailand and the student cannot understand well the language, they may have problem in the final exam. Maybe can lead them to a bad grade or whatever. And then so, and now Imagine the native speaker that is providing skills, knowledge to student is not like a passion. It's not like someone who comprehend, who understand the situation. He may grade the student bad. He may grade them worse. Or if the teacher has problem with some student, he can take his revenge on those grades to make them maybe fair or whatever, because I used to experience this kind of thing. So it's something like already seen. So this is some of the disadvantage. But at the end of the day, summative and formative evaluation are good. We need them to see, to test, to check the quality, to see if the expectations are met, and to see if the students are ready for the next step, if the student can perform certain tasks, if they can or not. So this is the importance of the evaluation. And in conclusion, I will just say that all this is to provide knowledge to the student, and the comprehension, the understanding usually depend on how the teacher teach. It usually depend on how, on every student, because in one classroom all the students are not the same. So this is how things will be done. So it will depend on the teaching, maybe the context, the environment, the curriculum, or whatever. But at the end of the day, it is to nourish our brain. It is to move forward in our life. It is to pass certain exam. It is. Thank you for listening.